What's happening, everybody? It is a Saturday night haul video. I know they're kind of haphazardly coming out, but both our schedules are a little nutty, so when we can do it, we do it. And guess what we got for you tonight? Nadine's got a haul. And
yes,
before you get upset and go, hey, what the hell? She did not go shopping this week. These are things from before surgery, so she put them together, and we're actually going to have a couple of hauls of hers coming up. So, for once, I'm going to sit back and hand the reins off to her, and we're going to see what she bought, and we're going to tell her if she did good or bad.
Okay.
So,
yeah, this is all stuff that I've have in my kind of queue for listing. So I turned my volume down there. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to get all this stuff listed, and it's been sitting around for a while. So this is kind of from my last couple thrifting trips before my surgery, because I still can't thrift. So I'm going to start with some vintage fabric that I found. Really cool fabric. And actually, there's two cut pieces of this. Can you see the cool vintage design? It's kind of...
Oh, is it just straight up fabric?
It's straight up fabric. I think it's 80s. It looks like I've got a good 2 yards in the one piece, and I think there's about 3 yards in the other piece. So I'll probably sell it as a lot of, you know, they're cut, of course. One piece was $1.50, the smaller one, and the other one they still have the Goodwill tags on. I can't find the price tag, but I think it was like $2. So it was, I mean, for all that fabric, this is awesome. I think it's 80s, so this is pretty cool fabric. So yeah, I love selling fabric. That's one of my favorite things to sell because it does well.
For someone who's never sold fabric, what is something like that going to sell for approximately?
Well, that's cotton. However, it is vintage, and it's a really cool 80s print. So I will probably put the whole lot up of if there's a good 3 or 4 yards there, I'll probably put it up for $30 or $40. It'll sell for probably about $40. I'll put it up for.
Cool.
I've sold vintage. I've actually sold. That was one of my scores a few weeks ago. One of our first episodes. I sold a yard of vintage horse fabric for $50. So vintage fabric can really bring in a lot. Yeah.
I gotta get in the fabric section. Damn.
Yeah. So this is Halloween fabric, just plain cotton Halloween fabric with witches and moons and bats on it. This is not going to bring as much as the other fabric because this is more common, this is more modern, and it's probably something that you could just buy by the yard at Joann's, you know, for probably a few dollars a yard. However, there's a lot of it here, and I think I paid I can't find the price on here. I think I paid like $4.99 for it. So I haven't counted the yards, but just by knowing and feeling what I know about fabric, I think there's probably a good 5 yards here. So I would guess I would probably get between $25 and $30, somewhere in that range. I'll probably put it up for with best offer.
Don't hesitate. People need to start making their stuff for Halloween now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to get this. That's why I want to do my haul. I want to get this stuff listed as soon as possible. So this is some really cool vintage fabric. This is like probably from the 50s or 60s. If you could feel it, it feels almost like a canvas. I believe it's cotton, but it's like a linen finish cotton. And I think I have about 2 yards of it here. So again, I would say probably I will get at least $25, $30 for this because it's really cool. It's in great condition, and I would say it's 50s or 60s. So.
Is this the fabric hour with Nadine?
This is all the fabric I have to show. I have 3, and I have more for my next one.
Fabric number 72.
No, that's all the fabric I'm showing. Okay, so this is I was actually with you when I thrifted it, Jason. I don't know if you can see with the glare.
Yep, Scooby and Scooby.
Yeah, now the reason I bought this is because if you look on the bottom of the box, it's actually from the Warner Brothers studio store from 1997. And they closed sometime in the 90s, late 90s. So anything from the Warner Brothers Studios store, especially if it's new in the box like this, tends to sell well. So I'm not sure. I have to do some research on it. It still has a $10 sticker from when it was in the actual Warner Brothers store back in the 90s, but it's going to sell for way more than that. So that's a pretty cool thing.
Hey, Nate, you have a
again.
question. Do you pick fabric based on pattern, or does it have to be a brand mark on it?
No, actually both. I pick
No,
it.
no, go
I
away.
pick it. I pick it on a few factors. First of all, quality, and feel like you can feel like a really cheap cotton compared to a good quality. Also, wools, no matter what the pattern, even plain wools do really well. Any kind of natural fabric does great. Polyester, not so great unless it's a vintage one. So I pick it more on um, the actual fabric that it is. And then my secondary thing is the print. The brand doesn't matter so much. So, and a lot of times the brand stamp isn't even on the fabric, so I kind of have to, I don't even include that in there. Sometimes, like with the horse fabric I had, I knew it was a vintage Waverly fabric, so that was pretty cool. But you don't always get that on there, so that's like that's the last thing, deciding factor.
And would that? And I don't know what this means. Would that be polished cotton? Do you know what that means?
Polished cotton would probably be, I would assume, they're talking about like kind of like it almost has like a sheen, like a waxy sheen over it. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. That does tend to sell better than some, but like the first one, like the witch one that I showed, that's just a cheap, like normal everyday cotton fabric. Some of the vintage cottons are thicker, better. They have like the linen weaves in them. So anyway, there you go. I don't want to get too much into fabric, but
Now, I don't know if this is going to show on the actual air, but I'll let everybody know. For those of you who kind of probably have noticed, that's a picture of my mother down below. And the way Google Hangouts work, if there's only two people, you will not see the person down below. And we like seeing the people down below. So if I have a third person pop in, I can turn off their camera. It still leaves me down below, and you can see me down here. So that's my mom. She's just hanging out with us so we can see. But she said yes. The polished cotton has a sheen to it.
yeah. So I was right. That's what what I thought. Okay. So my next item is a Pendleton wool skirt. Now, if you find a Pendleton skirt in the thrift stores, grab it, but look for moth holes, please, because that is one thing, especially with the vintage. This is from the 70s. Let me see the tag. 60, it's either late 60s or 70s. I have to late 60s, I think, from looking at the tag. You can tell by the tags, like you just get to know them after a while. Anyway, so this is a young Pendleton now. However, if you can see can you see the tag there? Can everybody see that?
No, you're too low.
Am I too low still?
Yep, go up a little bit more. Perfect.
Okay, so can everybody see that tag?
Young Pendleton.
Young Pendleton. That is equivalent to a modern day junior size. It is a 7/8. And back in the day, back in the 60s and the 70s, I think this is very, very late 60s. It could be early 70s, but I think that tag is 60s, just based on the wool mark and whatnot.
Does it have care instructions?
It does have a dry clean only.
So I would put that probably post
It's probably early
1973.
70s.
Yeah,
it's
so
probably, yeah. Yeah, the tag is this tag was used in the late 60s, but I think it probably is like 70s. Anyway.
For those of you who don't know, care tag started about, I think, 73.
But the care tag is just like this. Like if you look at it, that's the whole care tag. I think it's 70s actually.
Cool.
Yeah, it just says dry clean only. Anyway. So this will sell for a little less because it is vintage. As anybody that sells vintage or buys vintage clothing knows, it runs smaller than modern day clothing. So a 7/8 back then is probably more like a 0 to 2 in modern day. So this is a really, really tiny skirt. Like this waist, I haven't measured it yet, but it looks to me just on first glance like it's like a 24 to maybe 26 at the most waist. So this is for a really tiny person. It's like an extra small. Probably be a slower sale, but it will sell. Now, if you can find like the plus size or bigger size Pendletons, they usually do much better. But anything Pendleton, I buy as long as there's no moth holes, and this is perfect shape.
Cool. What else you got?
I have a bunch of sewing. I'll just do these quickly. Vintage sewing patterns, all uncut. Bought them all for 49 cents a piece. Actually, when I was thrifting with Jason at the Philly Aid store, they had a whole. I was actually at the checkout, and I stopped. and I saw like this whole bin full of fabric, full of patterns. So I just pulled all the uncut ones, and these are all like really cool vintage. Some will do better than others. Some like the first ones that I showed
People
will
still
do better.
make these?
They absolutely do.
Like,
and the other thing that
turn that one back around. Turn that one. Who's making this? Like,
well,
I
there's a couple things.
No, there's I want to look 1970s.
There's a few things. There's collectors out there for these. Some of the collectors, they actually, like, you have to really describe the envelope condition because there are serious collectors. There's people that do make them, and a lot of people, like, these sell well from what I hear. They sell better on Etsy and whatnot. People do actually use these for art projects too. Like, they repurpose them. They cut out like the figures on them, and they use them in art projects. So that's a kind of a cool thing. And I've seen a couple samples of that kind of artwork, and it's actually really awesome. So there's different reasons why people will use them. But yes, people still do make them. Absolutely.
And we're both going to get on Etsy this week and sell something, correct?
Well, I'm going to get on Etsy after I beat cancer. You might be getting on Etsy this week. I have a little bit too much on my plate, but as soon as I beat cancer, I'm on Etsy too. Absolutely.
Oh, so whatever. Just kidding.
I will.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to catch no heat. I was just kidding.
Okay. So this is a pair of vintage fishnet stockings.
Back it up.
Vintage fishnet stockings.
And turn it right side up.
Dated. Yep, they sure are.
No, turn it the other way.
No, well, I think they're. Oh, you know why? Because the girl is upside down on the back.
Yeah, she's laying upside down.
She's upside down. You're right. They are dated 1967 on the back.
Nice.
And they are new, unopened. Now, vintage pantyhose, especially fishnets like this, pull a lot of money. Like, I do great with them. Interestingly, the plus sizes sell better. These are not plus sizes. They're 100% nylon. They're a size small. But a lot of my plus size pantyhose actually go to men. Fine, no problem. I'm happy. They buy them. But vintage sells great. So these I'll probably put these up for $20 or more, just this one pair, and they'll go for that easily. And I paid I think I paid 50 cents. So.
All right, so question, knowing me,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Knowing me, what would you put your money on? Has Jason ever worn fishnets, yes or no?
Yes.
Of course. Easy question.
I mean, come on.
I don't not for a lifestyle choice, but I think for a costume once.
Yes, we're talking about my biggest, one of my biggest girlfriends here, so come on now. Okay, so this is, and Jason, if we go over time, just stop me, because I have
All right,
plenty
thanks,
here to
everybody.
show
We
you.
are done.
Oh, come on now. I know we're not done yet, but just, I know you're keeping track on time here, so.
I wish. I forgot. Keep going.
Another Betsy Johnson purse,
Nice.
brand new with
Love
tags.
those flamingos.
Flamingos, awesome. I need to get this up soon because it is
And
more of a
if you
summer.
haven't noticed, flamingos that make hearts.
So everybody can see that well? Yes, they do make hearts. Yes, they do. And it is brand new. I think I did pay $9.99 for it, but it was well worth it. This is going to be like a $30 to $40 bag minimum. It's not really big. That's the only thing. It's a smaller size bag, so that's why it won't bring more. But I'll probably put it up for about $40, and I expect to get about that because it's a really cool. It's a cool print.
Yeah, it's a great print. I've never seen that print. I've sold
it's
a lot of
awesome.
Betsy stuff.
Yeah, that was a really awesome find, and it was actually something they had just put out. Brand new with it's actually new without tags. The band is on it. The thing from the tag is on it, so I can tell for sure that it is indeed new without tags. That's one category that I don't usually, I won't usually say that unless I'm 100% positive, but I am with this. So, okay, so these are. I don't know if anybody remembers this brand from the 90s. This is awesome. These are lugs from the 90s. Does anybody remember that brand from the 90s?
Oh yeah.
So I paid $9.99 at Goodwill. The sticker's still on the bottom. They are suede. They are awesome. They lace up. They happen to be my size, but I'm not keeping them. I don't wear suede anyway, so I'm not tempted.
Those soles.
But they are awesome boots, aren't they?
Yeah. When you go back to the soles, they don't look like they've ever been worn.
They are in fantastic shape, and I know they're 90s because I know lugs were in the 90s. They were popular, so I can actually list them as vintage 90s. They do have like a little scuffing on the soles. Nothing that won't come out with just like some magic eraser or barkeeper's friend. It'll come off like really easy. Otherwise, they are in pristine condition. I'm gonna put these babies up for like $100, I think. Really.
All right, since you said that, I'm going to take you off the screen for a sec. If you're not using this, go get one. This is a magic eraser.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
It looks like just like a sponge, but it is true magic. It will clean off any stupid mark. You buy it in a 2-pack. Keep it on your desk.
They are they're like in my personal stash, and I can't live without them because they take off everything. There is, I don't even know if you can see it through the screen, but there is some light just scuffing here. That'll take it right off. Inside, pristine condition. I mean, these are amazing. They are a size 9 women's, which is actually my size. It's a little bit of a bigger women's size, so good selling size. And yeah, I haven't done all of my research yet. I know some of like the lug shoes don't sell for as much, but these babies are going up for a high price, and I expect to.
Oh yeah, and definitely put "Sexy Mrs. Claus" in your title.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good. I wouldn't have thought of that, Jason. So
Sexy
thank you.
Hip hop '90s Mrs. Claus.
Yep, they lace all the way up. They're just awesome. And like I said, I did pay $10, but that was a well worth. I think. What do you think, Jason? A well worth $10, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, those gotta be like $100 boots, especially going into the holidays.
Absolutely. So.
And I want to give a shout out to Greg Purdy real quick. He said, "Don't buy generic magic erasers. Buy the actual brand."
You know what? That is true. I have found that too. They fall apart when they get wet.
Yep.
He's right. They do. They disintegrate. So, I don't know. Everybody, I don't know who knows about women's shoes. If you find Salvador Ferragamos,
up. There we go.
Up.
Hold.
Okay.
No. Now down a little bit. All right, right there. And
That's
hold. No, just a little bit. You're too drastic.
I can't tell.
No, you're
Can
good.
You see the insole?
Yep, right there.
Okay. Salvador Ferragamos. They still make shoes. These are vintage. However, let me show you the whole profile of them. They're in great shape. I got these when I was with you at Philly Eads too, Jason. I happened to find them like at the very end. I went back and I had missed them. Either they put them out, or I totally missed them. I don't know how, because these are always on my radar. They're peep toe. They're adorable. They are definitely vintage. They have the leather sole. They have $5 written on them, vintage, which I will get off, even though they're leather sole.
Vintage on the bottom?
They were vintage on the bottom. I know. Now, the one thing about these, for some reason, a lot of the Ferragamos that you'll find in the thrift stores are either A, AAA, or there's another narrow notation that's not, like, just N, I think, is another narrow notation. That means narrow. For some odd reason, a lot of them that you find are super duper narrow. So if you find vintage Ferragamos that are not, they still sell, but slower, because most people today don't have the narrow feet for some reason. So these are a 7B. B is equivalent to a 7 medium. So these are a normal size 7. So that is another really great selling point for these. They're not narrow, so so this is a good find. And they just have to be cleaned up a little bit. The bottoms are in good shape. Every leather bottoms are different. Like, you can't gauge them like other bottoms. They wear differently. It's expected. But they're in great shape. They just need to be like polished up a little bit, and I expect to fetch some good money for those.
And if you said it, I missed it. Good money. What do you think those are going to sell for approximately?
You know what? I don't know yet. I will probably put them up between the $50 and $60 range, because they are not narrow. They're a good size with best offer. Most of the Ferragamos that I've sold in the past, I've sold for around $50, between $40 and $50. However, a lot of them have been narrow. Like, for some reason, I always find the darn narrow ones. So finding ones that are not narrow is a good thing. So I might put them up a little higher with best offer.
Attention, skinny feet chick.
Exactly.
Chicks.
It's like,
Nadine's about to have some sweet shoes, so.
Okay. So this is a skirt. The brand is Elevenses, which is actually.
What? Elevenses?
It's an anthropology brand. You have to learn your anthropology brand.
Oh, yes,
There's a store called Anthropology that has several brands.
Part, but
okay.
Elevenses.
It's an anthropology brand. So anything Anthropologie, and it won't be keyword slamming because most people, like a lot of people will put Anthropologie in the title when something actually isn't even an Anthropologie brand. But since I know verified this is, I can put Anthropologie in the keywords and that will sell it even better. It's a cute little skirt. I think it's a size 6, so it's on the smaller size, but that's not like a terribly small size. And I should get this up soon too because it's kind of summery and, you know, so I will be listing this very soon.
All right, let's keep the theme going. Have I ever worn women's shoes?
Absolutely.
No, I could never find any that big.
Are you kidding me?
Have I ever?
You know, that's a good point because, but I didn't know they exist.
I'm a 13-4E in men's.
They exist.
I know they exist. I've never seen them.
Find them.
Have I ever worn a skirt?
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes
so if I find women's shoes in your size, Jason, I'm mailing them to you, and you're going to be wearing them.
I'll wear them. What the hell?
Oh, I know you will. I know. So we talked about this brand when Anne, I don't know if you remember our good friend Anne Barron, she was a guest on our show, and she talked about women's clothing and good brands to buy. So for any of you who remember when Anne was on the show.
Fresh produce.
And you say, yeah, it's fresh produce. Good brand. And you pick this up. This is a medium. It's a cute little summery dress. Again, I need to get this up soon along with everything else. I know cancer's kind of gotten in the way a little, so with my listing. So that's cute, and it's all cotton. It's a cute little dress. Fresh produce. You find that brand, you buy it.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's a men's shirt. I have a men's shirt. I actually have a men's shirt.
Lay it on me, sister.
Okay. This is. Can you see? First of all, I want to go really close in on the print.
I see. It's
Can you
it
see
is
it?
doves and peace symbols.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. It's a size extra large in men's. It's a long sleeve shirt. It's Lucky Brand. Let me show you the tag.
Yeah, what's that
Lucky
brand?
Lucky Brand. That always sells well in women's clothing for me, so I'm assuming that it will sell just as well in men's. However, I'm not a men's clothing seller normally.
That's cool.
So I thought that was an awesome shirt, and I think I don't have a price tag because my Goodwill just says colors. I think the men's shirts are all like $3.99 or $4.99, so I didn't pay more than that. And I'm assuming that will. What do you think this is going to bring, Jason? Because you're the men's.
Yeah, I like that a lot because, of course, you're going to definitely angle it towards peace and love and and that could be. I would actually market it starting now until if it doesn't sell by October as a costume. So if you're going dressed as a hippie,
yeah,
that's your base shirt. You get your fringe vest to throw over it. Get your round sunglasses and a big afro.
Good idea.
There's your outfit.
So what would you put? No, without researching it, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm taking at least $50.
Really?
Yeah. It's a cool shirt.
Like I said, Lucky Brand always does really well with women. So I thought I'd take a try it with men's. Okay. Here's another
hang on, before we go to the next thing, I would like to thank the other 78 people who have nothing to do on a Saturday night like me.
Are you kidding? We have that many people in the chat room. I haven't had time to look at the chat room.
You're home, or maybe not home. I know there's somebody watching us live on Fremont Street.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock almost where I am here. So.
But B, thanks for joining us such last minute. We love all you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
I love you guys.
Okay, so this is a funky 70s men's tie. I'm gonna go really close on the print.
Actually, back it up a smidge. Oh, actually,
back it up.
Yeah, hold it right there. Don't move. Don't move for like 7 minutes.
Well, don't tell me that. Then we'll lose all of our 70 whatever viewers. They'll be gone.
That's good. That's good. We got it now.
I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to show you the brand on the back is...
Higher. Stop!
Granada. I have no idea what brand that is. But it doesn't matter because it's it's polyester, I can tell you that. And it also has, this is another cool thing, a vintage John Wanamaker's men's store label on it.
Cool.
So I picked this up at, I think I got this when I was with you at Philly AIDS too, Jason, actually, which is really funny because most of this came from that haul. But I'm going to put it up for a good, decent high price. It's a funky, awesome vintage tie. I think somebody will really, like a hipster kind of person will really like that.
If you're in the Philly area or traveling to Philly, if you haven't noticed how many times we have mentioned over the shows and the haul videos, Philly AIDS Thrift is one of the most bomb diggity thrift stores in the whole country.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Whole country.
absolutely. And it's like 2 minutes from my house. I'm so lucky. The other thing, I could actually walk to it. The other thing is my ghetto Goodwill. I'm sorry to say ghetto because it's not, but it's just not in, it is what it is. My Goodwill, you know what I mean, Jason.
I know.
But it's awesome. I love my Goodwill too, so I have to give a shout out to that too. But the Philly Age Thrift is probably the best store. Okay, so this is a smaller size bra. I usually buy bigger bras because we know, as Jason always tells us, bigger bras sell. However, there are smaller breasted women too.
Is that handcuffs?
This is chain. Yes, it sure is. It is a
handcuff bra.
It is a hand. You caught that really well. It is a handcuff print bra, and it is also.
Oh, I would have bought that in a heartbeat with a little pink bow on it.
It's Sexy Little Things by Victoria's Secret. It's a 34C. It doesn't quite look like a C. It looks like a small C to me.
You know, it's to push them up and make them look sexy.
It is a push-up bra. So I'll probably market it.
I know my bras, ladies and gentlemen.
You know your bras.
I know my bras.
But, okay, so everybody can see the handcuff print really well. And the sexy lace on it.
And we're back to the same thing. I would market this as part of a sexy policewoman outfit.
Oh, could you imagine?
So you got the little sexy tie up top, and you've got the handcuff bra peeking out from underneath.
It has this cool, I don't know if you can see, but it has this cool, like sexy lace kind of, almost like a cross stitch kind of thing going up the middle of it. It's really cute. And yep, it's a little naughty because it's got handcuffs and keys to the handcuffs. There's keys on it too, handcuffs and keys.
And this is a good tip. I think if you have anything that could be an actual good point of a costume, you might be able to put a little bit of a premium on it, as long as you're getting it up now, you're marketing right. Because, you know, if I'm going to be a sexy cop girl for Halloween, and hey, maybe I will be now. You know,
I could see that.
That's a good bra because, you know, you never think about the bra. Usually just something, you know, lacing underneath, but that's awesome. It
is an awesome bra. I had to grab that. I usually do only buy like the bigger ones, but Victoria's Secret anything sells, and that print was just too awesome to pass up. And it's in great condition. It's used, but it's in great condition. So here is an adorable little tiny vintage Vera Bradley, discontinued, obviously.
Back it up a little bit so we can see the size.
It's so cute. It's adorable. I paid $1 for it.
Oh, $1.
I think I got that at my Goodwill, actually.
So I see a couple of my buddies now. Hi, buddies.
Yeah, in the background, yeah. My cats loved Jason when he was at my house. I don't know why and he's allergic.
Cats are evil.
But they loved him. They were like magnets to him. And I think he kind of fell in love with one of them, so.
Don't lie. Don't spread that rumor.
You did. You loved
Next you're going to tell them I was nice to your kids.
About your buddy all the time. Come on.
You're going to say I was nice to your kids. Don't ruin my street cred.
Actually, he played with my kids too. So.
Don't ruin my street cred. Don't.
I know. Oh, come on. Everybody knows you're just a big girl. Okay, so
That's true.
Do I have how much time do I have now? Because I have like a few more things to show.
All right, let's do it. We got 79 people watching. Let's give them a show.
Okay, because I have like maybe 5 or 6 more items that I can go through.
All right.
So this, and I know you saw this. You were at the Goodwill. This was at a different Goodwill that we went to. Remember, we took a ride like 30 minutes outside of the city to that Goodwill, and I found this sexy little 2-piece. Everybody sees the print.
Too close. Back up.
Back up. Okay.
There you go. Much better.
Okay, and it comes with sexy little shorts. Yeah, and it's a size large, which is good. Large is better than, extra large is even better, but it's a large, which is good. Everybody can see the label. What is it?
Victoria's Secret by Walmart.
Absolutely. So that will sell. So that is a cute little 2-piece outfit. And it's in great condition. It looks like it's never been worn. So, yeah. So.
Oh, I just sold something. How cool.
Good for you.
So have I ever worn women's lingerie?
Sure you have.
No.
Oh, come on.
Big girl don't wear no lingerie.
You buy it.
Oh, I buy it all the time. I've never worn it, though.
There'll be a time, I bet you will.
I'm not dead yet. You know, it could happen.
Yeah. I would believe it. Okay. So what do you think about that set that I just showed you? What would you do with that, Jason?
So what size was it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
It's a large. It's a large 2-piece Victoria's Secret. What do you think you would put that up for?
Well, I would say, that's probably good $40. It's cute. It's very like middle of the country, Midwestern kind of print. It's not sexy California sex club anything
No,
like that.
exactly. It's a little more on the conservative side, but it's
Yeah.
still fun and cute. So I think I agree. I think that's probably the range I'll go with best
Now, I
offer.
don't think an Amish person will buy it, but
Well,
America probably.
yeah, it's not that, but it's still cute.
Amish drawers.
Not quite as risque as a handcuff bra, but
Yeah, you went from one extreme to the other.
yeah. So if anybody finds this brand, I don't know, do you know this, Jason? Please tell me you know this brand. Free People?
I do not.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Oh, teach me.
Free People. If you find anything Free People, it's more of like a younger kind of hip brand. The clothes are sized a little smaller, even if they're marked the size they are. They usually run a little smaller. But Free People is an awesome brand to pick up. If you find something that's Free People and it's in good shape, always, always, always buy it. Do not pass it up. This is a cute little skirt. And it's a little heavier, so we're coming into fall now. So can everybody see the print on it?
Oh, yeah.
And you saw the tag, right? The Free People tag? What it looks
Yep.
like? Okay. So this is, unfortunately, it is an extra small. So it will be a little bit of a slower sell, but it will definitely sell. Because there are extra small shoppers on eBay, and I always sell my extra small stuff too. It's not lined, but it feels like it's not wool. It's definitely not wool. It feels like a heavier cotton blend. So I think it will be like a good winter kind of fall skirt. So we're coming into the right season for that at least. Now I found actually 2 pairs of these. These are awesome. I got to get these listed very soon. New with tags. They're from the Gap factory. Can you see the tag on them there, the gap.com?
Yep.
They are size, they're 34R sexy boyfriend shorts. And when I looked that size up in this particular shorts, they are equivalent to about a size 18 woman's plus size.
Oh, sexy boyfriend.
And I found 2 pairs. They were right together at the Goodwill, like literally, both brand new with tags. So somebody donated them from Gap.com, identical shorts. So I can just do a multi-variation. They're both the same size with these. And because they're plus size, and Gap stuff for some reason always does pretty good for me too, surprisingly. And the 1969 line of Gap, the jeans, they make a lot of jeans. That's always done well. So, and I have 2 pairs of these, so that was really cool. So, they're corduroy too, which is really weird. They're like cut off corduroy.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that now. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can see the corduroy.
They're cut off corduroy, and they're equivalent to a size 16 to 18. I think I have to verify that, but they're definitely plus size. So that's awesome. Now this one is another, talking about plus size. I found I love selling plus size women's clothing, by the way. It always sells well. My buyers are always really nice. And I don't know why. It's just like I just always get great buyers with my plus size clothing. Of course, now the next thing I sell will have some issue, of course. But so this is a size 4X. 4X. You can see it's big. I can't even get the whole thing in the screen. It's a 4X, and it's got a stretchy waist.
Is it a skirt or a dress?
It's a skirt. No, it's a skirt. It's like a just past knee length, calf length skirt. It's got kind of a cool leopard print and like a...
Oh, too close. Back it up.
Okay. It's got like a watercolor and leopard print on it.
I felt like I was in a car wash.
Sorry. The brand, I can't show the whole thing though because it's so large. It's a 4X. So I'm gonna like fold it in half and kind of step back here.
Yeah.
So the brand is, the brand is Maggie Barnes. In this case, the brand does not matter. The size matters, and it happens to have half of the Ross or Foreman Mills tag. I'm gonna take that off because nobody wants to know that it came from there originally. But so obviously it's never been worn, great condition, and the size is going to sell the heck out of that. So
And the key to selling that is going to be trying to get it up and make it look attractive, because when you get really
definitely.
big,
You know that
it gets a little tricky.
That is a good point. I have a tiny Manny. I would never put it on her. I will not pin it. I will not put it on her. What I will do is I will get a larger size hanger. I have some like a skirt hanger, and I'll probably just hang it on the larger size skirt hanger and make it look attractive. You know, like I'm not going to try to make it look smaller or tuck it or anything like that. So, okay, here's a dud that I found.
Oh, no. Are we ending on a dud?
No, I have like 2 more things.
All right.
Okay, we're almost done. So this is a dud that I found. I thought this was going to be a good thing. It's brand new. It's a Fisher-Price soft travel tray. And usually anything like, it's kind of a rainforest motif. And I sold a mobile recently that I had that, I know this is nothing like that, but it's kind of the same line for, I think I sold it for like $80 not too long ago. It was new in box. So I was like, oh, cool, this is going to do really well. And then I looked up the current listings online. There's only 2 listed right now. They're asking $13 plus $5 shipping. I think they're asking too low. But then when I looked up the completeds, there were no new ones completed, but there were some used that went for like $6. So I think I'm only looking at I'm probably going to put it up for like $24.99. Which isn't really like that much of a dud, but it's not like what I thought it was. I'll probably get about $20 for it with free shipping. So
local Facebook group, like a mommy and kid thing.
Maybe that's a better idea. You know what though? It is really light. Like it's super light. When I weighed it, actually weighs less than a pound. It won't go at the first class weight, but in a poly mailer, if I bubble it, I think I can get it to go at the 1 pound rate. So that's the only advantage to it. So I don't know. I think usually I'm pretty dead on with my kids stuff, but I think this is not. I probably wouldn't have bought it, and I think I did pay like $3.99 or $4.99 for it. So yeah, so this is not. This was a bad decision. It was like one of those, didn't research it in the thrift store kind of things. And
all right, take us out on a high note.
Okay, I have 2 more things, real quick. These are Alberto Fermani shoes. Usually I'm really familiar with women's branded shoes, but I knew right away when I saw the Vero I always pronounce this wrong. It's Vero Quisio, made in Italy.
I think it's cacao. You have to watch all our shows to understand.
So that's a personal joke. That's a good one. You have to see all of our haul videos to understand. You watch. I think it's the last haul video that Jason did. You'll get that joke. So anyway, these are they're definitely made in Italy. They're European. I paid $9.99 for them. Actually, I think though the yellows were half off that day, so I think I paid $4.99 for these. But they're just like, I could tell the quality, I could tell they were something, and sure enough, when I looked online at the completed and at what was up already, new they would sell for about $129.99, somewhere around there. So I think they do have some bottom wear and some creasing on the top, but nothing that's like major wear for these, and they're kind of cute. I think they're a little older. I think they're a little vintage because of I think they're like 90s probably because of the squarish heel. I can tell. I think I'll get a good $50. I'm hoping at least for these. So,
cool.
Yeah. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm ending on just a plain old Starbucks mug. However, it's one that I've never seen before. Can you see? Can everybody see close? And this is Philly A's Thrift too. Do you remember, Jason? I went back because I didn't see like the houseware section, that one room. Yeah. And you waited for me in the car, and I went back. This is one of the things I found when I went back. 99 cents. It's really cool. It's ridged. It's got the heart on it, red inside. On the bottom. A heart on it? Yeah, there's a heart on it. Look. Are you being a?
Yes, I'm being dirty. Being fun. Saturday night dirty shenanigans.
Oh gosh. So the inside's red. Bottom of it, if you look, it's a 16-ounce mug. So I mean, it's not anything really. It's not like one of the Starbucks city mugs or anything, but Valentine's Day is coming up, so I think I'll get a good $19.99 or more for this mug for $1, you know, so that was cool. And that's all I have for tonight. I've got enough for another haul to do before I go shopping again. I just want to get all this stuff up and listed as soon as I can. So thanks, everybody.
All right, now I have a surprise. Don't go nowhere,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
Oh, that's too soft. Even though this is Nadine's haul, I have a mini haul, and it's thanks to Nadene, one of her thrifty tips. So
really?
I was in Tampa, had to go to my friend's house at 5:30. I got there at 5:10. So I thought, do I sit in their driveway for 20 minutes, or do I find a thrift store and try and conquer it in 15 minutes? So I did a whole Goodwill in 15 minutes because Nay said, you got to go fast, you got to hit your high points, and you got to see what, you can't do the whole store, so you got to do it. So I bought 6 items. 15 minutes.
I can give you tips on going through a thrift store in an hour and getting really good finds. By the way,
I got 15. So here's what I found in a quick 15 minutes.
I could do it. Let's see.
So this was $2. It was a cool little Grateful Dead T-shirt.
Awesome! Wow, and that's
91. It's not vintage 91. It's a modern repro.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if it was from that actual concert.
I've got this awesome vintage reverse print Kahala Hawaiian shirt with seashells on it, which is awesome.
Can I see the tag closer? Is that a brand? Is that like a good brand, or is it the print that made you pick that up?
Well, the print for sure. And this is going to be hard to tell because it is on gray. But when it's reverse print,
it looks blue here, but
it's nicer on the inside than the outside. The outside looks a little faded. But the seashells are what'll sell this shirt.
What size is it?
Oh, that one.
Is that a large? I saw on the tag.
That's an extra large. I did pay $5, and I expect to get probably $40-45 for it.
Awesome.
Now this one's dirty, but this is a great brand, and so I'm hoping for $5 that the dirty is going to come out. Iolani made these awesome Hawaiian shirts, and they're not like Hawaiian like this was. They're more like, I'm a rich guy in Hawaii sipping fine cocktails at sunset at the Halakulani, okay? So, and then they made even a nicer brand called Iolani Executive.
Oh.
And so this has a little embroidered tiki.
Oh, that's cute. Let me see. Can you do a close-up of the embroidery, please?
Yeah, I'll show it, but it's got 4 pockets, and it's got the little kind of fake built-in belt on the back.
Now, is that 70s?
Yeah.
It looks like a 70s to me.
Here's the tiki. It's not, you would not think it's fancy, and there's the dirt.
Oh, heck yeah, that's 70s. That screams 70s, yeah.
But typically, for these, they look plain, I can get anywhere from $50 to $70 for them.
Can you do the embroidery again, please? I'm sorry, I want to see the embroidery close. The logo on it. I did you moved really fast.
The logo or the embroidery?
I'm sorry, not the embroidery on the chest. I want to see that.
We'll
okay, so it's a logo kind of thing. I was wondering, it looks kind of like a turtle or something. I didn't know. Okay, thank you.
And I found one quick hat, a Chi Rodriguez charity classic golf thing from Clearwater, Florida. Chi-Chi's a famous golfer. And
I
these
would
mugs,
never have known that. I wouldn't have picked that up.
These mugs are not good ones. They're kind of duds.
Can you tell me how much that hat will go for?
Oh, well, I haven't looked it up, but it was only $2.
Okay, what do you think?
And Chi-Chi's famous for wearing his hats, so there's his little hat hanging on his name.
Okay, see, I know nothing about this. That's why I'm asking.
So without research, I would say it's a $20 hat.
Okay, that's pretty good for $2.
And then I got 2 of these. They were only 50 cents. It says Anheuser-Busch companies, and it shows the amusement parks, the SeaWorlds, the beer brands, and it has their vision and their mission on the back. They don't sell for much, but since I have 2, I only paid $1. I'll put them together.
You're going to put them together?
Yep.
You're going to sell them together, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. See, you could do thrift store.
There,
you can do
15 minutes. I found 6 items.
I can give you guys tips on how to get through a thrift because of my kids and my situation, and I work full time and everything. I can give you guys really good tips on how to do a thrift store quickly and get good finds. So.
Yep, I channeled Nay the whole time. So.
Awesome. I never have the luxury of being like Jason and having 4 hours to go through a thrift store, unless I'm actually with Jason and I take the time off and I pre-plan everything. That doesn't happen usually. So.
All right, well, there's my mom. I'm going to say goodnight to my mommy, and thank the 91 of you who tuned in to see
Oh
us
my goodness,
tonight.
we had 91. I hope everybody enjoyed my I love sharing my haul, so thank you everybody. I'm going to get all that stuff listed now as soon as I can.
And that is my grandfather's double-barreled shotgun hanging on the wall behind my mom's head right there.
That's right.
Oh wow.
So thank you, everyone. Click like, click the thumbs up on the bottom if you like what you saw. Click subscribe, follow us down here. You'll know when we're doing new videos. We've got tons of hauls coming up. We're going to probably knock out 2 a week now. So tune in. You'll see more Nay hauls, J hauls, and we're going to have some guest hauls. And my mom and dad are rocking it, so we're going to bring them in for a haul video too. So.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Oh, Peggy, yeah, that would be great. I would love to see that.
Yeah, we're on a roll right now. We've been finding a lot of goodies.
Oh, cool. You guys are going to have to do a haul for us. That'll be fun.
Love to.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. And go over to our Thrifty Business with Jay and Nate fan page, and you'll know when we're like our page, and you'll know when we're doing another video.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in so late, everybody. That was great.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you could feel it, it feels almost like a canvas. I believe it's cotton, but it's like a linen finished cotton. And I think I have about 2 yards of it here. So again, I would say probably I will get at least $25, $30 for this because it's really cool. It's in great condition, and I would say it's 50s or 60s. So.
Is this the fabric hour with Nadene?
This is all the fabric I have to show. I have 3, and I have more for my next
fabric number 72.
No, that's all the fabric I'm showing. Okay, so this is I was actually with you when I thrifted it, Jason. I don't know if you can see with the glare.
Yep, Scooby and Scooby.
Yeah, now the reason I bought this is because if you look on the bottom of the box, it's actually from the Warner Brothers.
What's happening, everybody? It is a Saturday night haul video. I know they're kind of haphazardly coming out, but both our schedules are a little nutty. So when we can do it, we do it. And guess what we got for you tonight? Nadine's got a haul. And
yes,
before you get upset and go, hey, what the hell? She did not go shopping this week. These are things from before surgery. So she put them together, and we're actually going to have a couple hauls of hers coming up. So for once, I'm going to sit back and hand the reins off to her. And we're going to see what she bought, and we're going to tell her if she did good or bad.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, this is all stuff that I've have in my kind of queue for listing with witches and moons and bats on it. This is not going to bring as much as the other fabric because this is more common, this is more modern, and it's probably something that you could just buy by the yard at Joann's, for probably a few dollars a yard. However, there's a lot of it here, and I think I paid I can't find the price on here. I think I paid like $4.99 for it. So I haven't counted the yards, but just by knowing and feeling what I know about fabric, I think there's probably a good 5 yards here. So I would guess I would probably get between $25 and $30, somewhere in that range. I'll probably put it up for with best offer.
Don't hesitate. People need to start making their stuff for Halloween now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to get this. That's why I want to do my haul. I want to get this stuff listed as soon as possible. So this is some really cool vintage fabric. This is like probably from the 50s or 60s. So I've turned my volume down there. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to get all this stuff listed, and it's been sitting around for a while. So this is kind of from my last couple thrifting trips before my surgery. I still can't thrift. So I'm going to start with some vintage fabric that I found. Really cool fabric, and actually there's 2 cut pieces of this. Can you see the cool vintage design? It's kind of...
Oh, is it just straight up fabric?
It's straight up fabric. I think it's 80s. It looks like I've got a good 2 yards in the one piece, and I think there's about 3 yards in the other piece. So I'll probably sell it as a lot of, they're cut, of course. One piece was $1.50. The smaller one, and the other one, they still have the Goodwill tags on. I can't find the price tag, but I think it was like $2. So it was, I mean, for all that fabric, this is awesome. I think it's 80s. So this is pretty cool fabric. So yeah, I love selling fabric. That's one of my favorite things to sell because it does well.
For someone who's never sold fabric, what is something like that going to sell for approximately?
Well, that's cotton. However, it is vintage and it's a really cool 80s print. So I will probably put the whole lot up of if there's a good 3 or 4 yards there, I'll probably put it up for $30 or $40. It'll sell for probably about $40. I'll put it up for.
Cool.
I've sold vintage. I've actually sold. That was one of my scores a few weeks ago. One of our first episodes. I sold a yard of vintage horse fabric for $50. So vintage fabric can really bring in a lot. Yeah.
I gotta get in the fabric section. Damn.
Yeah. So this is Halloween fabric, just plain cotton Halloween fabric.